Okay, so we have an urgent information coming out. Do me a favor and share this video. Once again, thank you so much for your support. Many people fear civil war has now come to America's doorstep. Los Angeles has become the epicenter of national unrest as U.S. President Donald Trump ordered the deployment of 2,000 National Guard troops to quell protest against intensified immigration enforcement. The move, which bypassed California Governor Gavin Newsom and Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass, has sparked widespread fears of a potential civil war. Alright, so we're going to see what's going on here. Maxine Waters was in Los Angeles yesterday, and she was saying that we could see martial law. Alright. Also, the Defense Secretary, Pete, announced the 500, I think it was Department of Defense, announced the 500 Marines. Alright, so they're going to be deployed. Black Hawk helicopters were spotted in Los Angeles. And so we are definitely seeing something here, guys. Our country in need of prayer. We need to pray for our country. We need God back. We truly need God back in America. Alright, so again, we're going to start with all this news. But before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Happy Monday. God bless to every single one of you. If this is your first time, hit that like button, hit that subscribe and notification bell. Remember, Jesus Christ is the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. We truly need to repent. Everybody needs to repent. We are definitely in the wrong path here. America is in big trouble. We need God back in this country. It says here, protesters clashed with federal agents, setting vehicles ablaze and blocking major roads, while law enforcement responded with tear gas, rubber bullets, and flash bangs. I seen this video of a news journalist from Australia, a female. She was out there and she was, giving the updates, and she got hit in the leg by, I believe it was a rubber bullet. She got hit. She's like, ow! And, again, you got the law enforcement out there. They really sending a message to everyone. Get out the area. Don't get near. Even journalists, get out the area. Don't get near. So that's how hot and bad the situation is right now out there in Los Angeles. But I do believe this is the tip of the iceberg, because this thing is going to spread like wildfire. All right. We're about to see a whole different America. So again, please stay in prayer, repent, stay in prayer, and stay away from all these movements. Stay home, lock your doors, prep, get your stuff ready. I'm not trying to spook no one, but things are not looking good nowadays. The unrest centered around the Metropolitan Detention Center and other federal facilities stems from public outrage over immigration and custom enforcement. Again, ICE. Raids targeting Latino communities. Now, guys, me being Latino, I gotta say this. My Latino people out there should be ashamed of themselves. And the reason why, I seen them take a American flag and burn it and spit on it. This country has been so nice to us. They opened the doors to us. They even helped us. They helped many get into a nice warm bed and all these assistance, EBT or whatever, to get us through life. And in return, we treat them like this. Shame to my Latino people out there. Shame. Shame. This is not how we're supposed to be. Shame. So you have Trump decision to federalize the California National Guard under Title 10, invoking a rare legal provision to address a perceived rebellion against the authority of the government. has drawn sharp criticism. So, in other words, uh, Donald Trump went around Gavin Newsom. Gavin is the governor, and he's the one that's, has the right to, deploy National Guard. Donald was not supposed to be deploying National Guard under Title 10. Now, if Donald would have invoked the Insurrection Act, which I believe that's going to be the next thing, but the Insurrection Act would have given Donald the green light. So I believe there's going to be a lawsuit. If I'm not mistaken, there's a possibility Gavin Newsom might sue Donald Trump now. So it says here, according to the Mirror, this marks the first time since the 1960s that the National Guard had been activated without a governor's consent, and more, Governor Newsom labeled illegal, and Mayor of Los Angeles deemed inflammatory. Now, California officials argued that local law enforcement was equipped to handle the protests, accusing the U.S. president of manufacturing a crisis to justify authoritarian measures. So here's the thing, and look, I'm not trying to start anything here, but Donald, again, there is a Title 10 that the president is not supposed to go around the governor. Again, like I said, Donald should have invoked the Insurrection Act. That would have backed him up. But again, we are seeing that the governor, the mayor, they are furious with Donald. They're saying, Donald, you really tearing up the place here now. But here's the thing, guys. Donald has warned in his campaign that he was going to do this operation, that he was going to send ICE. That was one of his promised campaign, to deport people back home. And Gavin, you knew better, man. You knew better. You knew that Donald was coming for your state. Your state is number one. Your state is number one. You knew that he was coming. You're acting like this is some kind of surprise. Oh, he didn't tell me. Gavin, you knew. You knew. And you, again, a lot of it could be your fault too. Well, a lot of it is your fault. So it says here, Representative Adam Schiff. Oh, I haven't heard that name in a while. Adam, how you doing, buddy? Warned that Donald might be seeking a pretext for invoking the Insurrection Act or declaring martial law. Another person. So Maxine Waters mentioned martial law, and now you have Adam Schiff. So the American Civil Liberties Union echoed these concerns, calling the deployment an abuse of power that endangers residents. Now, legal scholar Steve Vladeck clarified that without invoking the Insurrection Act, and I mentioned that, National Guard troops are limited to a supportive role, protecting ICE officers rather than engaging directly in law enforcement. Now, however, Defense Secretary Pete threat to deploy 500 Marines if violence persists has further escalated tensions, raising fears of a militarized response. Social media platforms, particularly X, have amplified public anxiety, with users drawing parallels to dystopian scenarios and questioning whether the U.S. is on the brink of civil war. And that's what everybody's talking about, civil war, martial law. Like I said, the biggest problem with this country is that we walked away from God. And God has given up on this country. He has given this country up to a reprobate mind, to a debased mind. For those of you that don't know what that means, if you read Romans chapter 1, which Paul warned that is going to happen in the end times, that God is going to give everybody, not everybody, God is going to give up people. He's going to give up people. You're no longer my children. So God is going to give them up to a reprobate mind, which means that their minds are malfunctioned. They no longer know they don't know the truth. They don't see the truth anymore. They act like fools. And they think they know everything. A reprobate mind means you're separated from God. I need God. I want God. I don't want to be separated from God. It just, this is the example that we are facing. This is the end time Bible prophecy. In other words, we are seeing another empire that's going to join the Roman Empire. It's going to join all those other empires that rose to power and collapse. America, time is ticking. One user commented Los Angeles looked like a scene from a tragedy, while another asked, is this the beginning of a wider conflict? These settlements reflect growing unease about the nation's political polarizing, and the use of military forces in a domestic dispute. People are asking the wrong question. Is this the end of America? Is this Bible prophecy? Has God given us over to foreigners? People are asking the wrong question here. Am I saved? Am I saved? Because the land is going to be gone. The next one, well, us. Are you saved? The protests now in their mind, give me a second here. The protests now in their heart, in their third week, were triggered by ICE raids in predominantly Hispanic areas like the Westlake and Paramount. Reports of alleged detention at the downtown federal building and false claims of raids at a Home Depot in Paramount have intensified public outrage. Now, the Los Angeles Police Department reported 29 arrests on Saturday and 27 on Sunday, with 2 sheriff, a deputy sustaining no life-threatening injuries. America, time is ticking. Time is ticking. This is basically the self-destruction. Decades and decades of leaving the doors open at the southern region came to this. How do you fix it now? How do you fix it? Well, I hate to say this, Donald cannot fix this. 2 Chronicle chapter 7 verse 14. God has healed lands. He did it before. He could do it again if people repent. How many people are praying? Is God hearing our prayers in heaven? I don't think so, because America is still upside down. If people repent, if people pray, God will hear their prayers from heaven, and God will restore the land. One thing I tell you, Ronald Reagan was absolutely right. If we ever forget that we are one nation under God, then we will be a nation gone under. He is absolutely right. Rest in peace to the late great Ronald Reagan. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please share the video. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Once again, guys, $5 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream once a week. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on the platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put your faith and trust in Jesus Christ. For He's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.